Take one. Action.
Good thing he doesn't have that one.
Yeah, I know, right?
Guy. Okay. Welcome to episode 7
yeah.
of the Indie Filmmakers.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Because we are indeed filmmakers.
Podcast.
Indeed, we are indie.
Welcome back to episode 7. Today's special guest is
Christian Guérin.
Sup, gang?
Yeah.
Christian Guérin. Yeah. How are you doing?
It's great. I had a good day. How are you guys doing?
I'm
Great.
good.
I'm doing better now.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Now
God.
that we got our dog on the
Oh my
pod.
God.
Yeah, again, you're the homie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, with the homies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chilling.
Exactly.
Yeah, just if you want to introduce yourself, your name, what department, and how much time in the industry, and how you got
Okay.
started.
Yeah,
Your
well,
origin story.
Yeah, literally.
Christian's origin. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was born 2,000 years ago.
Oh, you're taking us all the way back.
All the way back. Okay.
The Big Bang.
So, my origin is I went to Algonquin College, and because obviously I wanted to do films. Why did I want to do films? I got introduced to films when I was in like 10th grade with a teacher for a media class who said, screw the curriculum. We're not going to do small projects, boring stuff. You guys just shoot a short film, and that's your project for the whole semester. So that was the first time I had to shoot a movie. I had no idea what I was doing. I had a really shitty like Canon camera that's like shooting point. It's not like interchangeable lens. It's just like boop, boop, boop. And we shot like this World War II film that was really cheesy. But I had a good time making it. And from there on, I knew I was going to do films for the rest of my life. So that was my introduction. And so I chose to go to Algonquin College, where I met Tom. I met a bunch of other people that led me to where I'm at today with Monkey Buziness and working in film full time.
Do you want to explain what is Monkey Business?
It's a good question. What is Monkey Buziness? Monkey Buziness is a production distribution company that myself, Tom Peters, Gigi Packer, and Chaye have formed. Basically, it's like a coalition of 4 filmmakers that we were all working together before. We were making shorts, making films, and we figured, why don't we team up and just everything we make is now all of each other's, and all our resources, pool resources, so that way you can make more, better. And so that was the idea. And so now what we're doing is we're producing films, we're making our own films, we're distributing, we're making a lot of events, like we did the Synergy back in December. Screenings, we've done 2 screenings so far. Those are always fun.
Has it only been 2?
Awesome.
Only 2 so far.
okay.
Yeah, it feels like more. That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys are doing it all.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but there's more coming.
Yeah,
You know,
Did you guys all meet here at Algonquin, or just you and Tom?
Just me and Tom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Jen and Chaye?
Chai.
Yeah, how did you guys meet? Yeah.
So I met Jen when we were shooting Waiting
Gigi.
for Love.
Sorry.
I met her when we did the casting call for Waiting for Love. I was looking for a lead actress, and Jen applied. Tom knew Jen from other shoots before. She had the best audition, and so I was just like, okay, let's work with her. So that was my introduction to Jen. Chaye was introduced to me via Tom, because Tom hadn't met Chaye before, and he was like, you guys gotta meet her, she's really cool, she makes good stuff. So we all met, and that's when Monkey Business was officially formed. 4 of us were gathered at level 1 here downtown, and we were like, let's make this thing happen. And so we did.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Dude, that's cool.
I didn't know that. I was curious.
I did, yeah. Me neither.
Yeah, because I knew you met Tom through Algonquin, but I was curious about Gigi and Chaye.
So Waiting for Love wasn't Monkey. You guys weren't Monkey Business yet.
It wasn't Monkey
I didn't know
Business
that.
yet,
Yeah.
but it was released after Monkey Business was a thing.
Okay.
So it was
Right.
produced before Monkey Business, but it was already in talk. We've been talking about Monkey Business since August. And so when we were doing the prep for Waiting for Love, we knew it was going to be a Monkey Business film.
Yeah.
It just hadn't been publicly launched and official yet.
So that was like your debut film was Waiting for Love, kind of?
Basically.
I
But
guess.
if we're really talking about the first Monkey Business film, it has to be Road Trip, because that one was shot back in May.
Right. After you've already established yourself
Mm-hmm.
also. Okay.
Um,
Cool, man.
That's awesome. I kind of want to ask you, because I'm a photographer and you are as well. Like, how long have you been into photography, and like, how does it inspire you creatively as a filmmaker?
Okay. I got
If it does.
introduced to photography in the same class that I got introduced to film, actually,
Okay.
because the first like month of that class, we had these really shitty Nikon cameras. Not shitting on Nikon, but they were low-level Nikon cameras.
Yeah.
And we just had to go around and take photos.
Mhm.
And one day we went downtown, because I'm in New Orleans and there's nothing much to take in photos in New Orleans, but we went downtown and we just took photos, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like taking photos of just like street photography or architecture, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't own a camera until I went to college, though. So I kind of got introduced to photography, did a little bit in school, didn't touch it for a while. Then I went to Algonquin, got a camera, and I was like, okay, now I can actually take photos. And so that was when I would literally just take my camera and the shitty kit lines that I got with it. Around my house, I would just take photos of stuff, try to make anything look cool. There's one I did. I just took some candles, put like 3 in the line, and then like I got some cool angles.
Yeah.
I would just mess around with that.
Well, that's how you learn the best, is just
Exactly.
trying.
You
And
kind of limit yourself to like something that you wouldn't think is gonna look cool, but then you mess around with it. You find cool angles. So that was kind of that helped me a lot with like finding composition. So you're asking about how it helps with filmmaking. Is a film is basically just 24 frames in a second, right? So
Yeah.
it's you're taking 24 photos in a second. So framing kind of works the same way, except now things move.
Yeah.
yeah, true.
So it's a great way to kind of get introduced to filmmaking through photography, because you're thinking in terms of images and how to have depth and all these things, color, all that. So they go hand in hand a lot.
That's awesome.
And then I really got into photography when I went traveling, because I went to
Yeah.
Morocco, I went to Italy, went to California, and my favorite photography is landscape.
Yeah.
I love going out in nature in the mountains and just like getting nice photos of mountains, snow, forests. I love architecture too. When I went to Italy, Rome was amazing. Obviously, all these old buildings everywhere. So that's when I do the most photography. When I'm home in Ottawa, I don't do that much photography, because all my time is spent making movies instead.
Yeah.
Of course.
But and I've taken photos of stuff around Ottawa, so there isn't much more I'm like interested in taking photos of in Ottawa.
Right.
But whenever I travel, my main goal of traveling is for photography mostly.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome.
And to capture the memories, I guess, too. 'Cause
Exactly,
it does
you know.
both, right? 'Cause you
I'll
live-
always look back at the photos and like, oh my god, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Have you ever shot on film?
No, I've not.
Okay. Wait.
I was gonna
would
ask
you?
that, too.
Would you?
I totally would. I think it's a bit of a hassle.
And it's expensive.
It's expensive, and then you have to go through like the developing process, so it's a bit more of a hassle. But the photos look amazing, so I would definitely want to try it one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shoot film a lot, so we can go shoot some film.
Yo, we gotta.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it.
Everyone like brag. Not that you're bragging, I'm
No,
not.
sorry,
But it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I shoot on film, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? People like kind of flex on shooting like that. People
I
are
feel
like,
like, yeah.
digital's too easy.
Yeah, I just feel like
That's
you
not
have
how
to
it works.
be.
It's just your eye.
Yeah, I feel like you just, because it's so expensive for me anyway, that's the reason why I'm like, okay, we gotta make this shot worth it.
I think it makes you really think about the photo more than digital does. When I'm shooting digital, which I've always shot digital, and I'm traveling, I see something that looks cool, and then just like I take 20 photos of it,
Yeah.
not really thinking all that much about it. And so if I were to shoot film, I would think a whole lot more about it, and I might actually capture better images, because I would think about composition for a much longer time before clicking the shutter,
Yeah.
Whereas with digital, I just get 20 randomized pictures and hope one's good.
Yeah, fair
So,
enough. And
I
then just
think-
pick the best one.
Limiting yourself is going to help you creatively that way,
Exactly.
Yeah. Plus, a lot of older film cameras don't let you do stuff like autofocus.
Mm-hmm.
So
No.
you have to stand there and like just really.
Yeah, that's like
You can't
the
just
one
like
I have,
da-da-da-da-da and
Yeah.
then move on. Like you said, you got to really
Exactly.
think super consciously about it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I have a film camera, but I've never used it.
Logan, we're going out. We're going,
You could teach me the ways.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're all
yeah.
gonna go and have a film.
I've got a vintage lens that a Helios 44
Okay.
or 42M, and those are really nice. But like you're saying, it's like manual focus, so it's like I'll take the time to focus and all that, and then I go to like edit them and like everything's out of focus. Everything's
Everything's
just slightly.
blurry.
It's never perfect. Like God damn it.
God damn it.
Most of the time it's good, but every once in a while there's one that I really like. It's out of focus. I'm like I can't fix it now. It's gone.
Yeah.
Aw.
It's part of the vibe, I guess.
It
though.
kind of is, yeah.
Kind
yeah.
of. But then that reminds me of like when they used to shoot movies in film and they had to do everything manually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
you'll
what I mean?
notice if you watch like older movies that were all manual shot on film,
Yeah.
oftentimes it's gonna go out of focus.
Yeah.
And they would just use that in the film because it costed too much money to like reshoot.
They can't.
So they would just be like, "Fuck it, we have the good performance from the actors. That's what's most important. We're gonna use that footage even if it's out of focus."
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that, no like fancy monitors with like all the little like things you can put on the screen.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
just winging it.
Yeah. Exactly.
It is crazy. Like whenever I think about how people made movies, like just like 30 years ago and more, like it's insanely more impressive, I think, because the skill that you need to have to make a movie back then is like so much more. It's so much more specialized. Just editing a movie with film is like, whoa.
true.
It's like you're actually cutting film.
That's why it's
doing all
called
these
cut,
things.
right? Because it's literally
Yeah.
you can't go back once you do
yeah,
that.
yeah. Once you're cut, it's like, oh, I can't go back now. This is what we got.
Yeah.
So, like, I would like to experience doing that, but also not because like
You'd be
it's so much
stressed.
to think about. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't make something good because I don't know. Like so many things could go wrong. You have to like have people that are so good.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Yeah.
had the team for it to shoot, I don't know how to phrase it correctly, but shoot a film on
On film.
Like
on
35
film.
mil.
Yeah,
Film on
35
film,
yeah.
I totally would. If I was directing a movie and we're shooting film and I have a DP that experienced it at first, they see that, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm not the one having to worry about
That's
that.
Yeah.
true. You're not.
And then the editors also get, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
like telling them what to do. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But if I was to DP something with film, no, I'm not your guy. Like I would mess it up.
That's
you
fair.
know?
That's fair. That's fair.
it's a whole different skill set.
It is.
really
Yeah.
A
is.
whole
you know what I
nother
mean?
world. Yeah.
And directors that do it consistently, like I don't know, I'm trying to think of like I don't know, Christopher Nolan shoots on film, right?
Yeah.
But
That's a good example.
he's been doing that for so long
Yeah.
and knows the
Yeah.
people that have
They
also
grew up with
They
that.
grew
You
up
know, they
with
were
that.
shooting Super 8.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
exactly
their
that's
thing.
it.
That's all they know.
Yeah.
Where now we're stepping in, and it's already digital. It's like
You know, we were shooting with our phones when we were going.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's a whole different
exactly.
game.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's just different now.
It's different.
It's
Yeah.
just, you know, how time goes on. But
Next question. They're not in order. Can you talk a bit, if you want, about your PBS doc, The Origins of
yeah.
Oh
Inspiration?
my god, that's like that brings me back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the documentary I produced and directed for Algonquin College when we had our big documentary project.
Yeah.
And oh my god, so many things went wrong on that project.
I was gonna ask any challenges. And good.
Oh, many challenges.
uh-oh.
The team wasn't the best, so I ended up doing most of the work.
I hope they see this. No, it's kidding.
They were good people. They worked hard, but it just like we were college student, you know.
Yeah.
So expectations, and so also I didn't really have a clear vision. So what I was trying to do never happened. Instead, we ended up with like an experimental documentary about music, which turned out to be better than what I wanted to do, honestly. And it's basically just images and this guy, this amazing musician who's talking about like his process of making music, and it really goes deep into the abstract part of it. And so all the image I captured to go along with that are just abstract images of random things, and I just pieced it together with his music, and it kind of turned out pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really a documentary anymore, but it's something.
It's something.
Yeah.
Happy accidents happen. You said it was
Exactly.
better than the vision you had in mind.
Yeah, which is
'cause
interesting.
I was originally just gonna do a video about artists talking about their workflow and their process with talking heads, and then than B-rolls of playing music and whatnot. You know, they would have been very standard.
Yeah.
I ended up with something that was like totally different, so it was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but it sounds like it makes you think more
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
about what the message is.
yeah.
I think it's public on YouTube.
Yeah, I
Oh, is
watched
it?
a bit of
Oh
it on,
no!
Have you?
I watched it on YouTube doing my research.
What did you
Oh
think?
my
It was
God.
good?
I thought it was good. Like,
If I look at it, I'll find so many mistakes. I know there's a point where like the ratio changes slightly. I'm just like, how did I not notice that? But oh well.
It's okay. I remember
It's 3 years ago.
It's 3 years ago. Fair. I don't want to like distract from you, but I remember it was like start of grade 12.
yeah.
Like senior year of high school.
Okay.
Me and my buddy Caleb, shout out Caleb, we shot a music video, but it was vertical on our phones.
Beautiful.
It was vertical, and we were in like senior year of high school. I don't know how we messed that up. It was so embarrassing.
But
That's
did you
beautiful.
plan to like watch it on a phone?
No, it was for
So-
YouTube.
Oh no.
YouTube Shorts now.
Yeah, it works for now.
I guess.
You were just thinking ahead. You know?
Yeah.
I was living in the future.
Literally.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's
You
so
invented
true.
shorts.
I
Yeah.
invented YouTube Reels. Yeah. It
Yeah.
all started
Yeah.
with that video.
Yeah, you get it. You better get paid soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a Google car that drove by and they were like, oh my God, they're shooting vertically.
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
capitalize off that.
Yeah.
That's the future. Vertical music videos. Vertical films, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
no,
honestly,
it is. It is.
if this becomes the trend, if people start making vertical films, bruh, no,
That'd be so
You're gone.
that's not my
You're
thing.
gone.
I'm not making vertical films ever, unless it's some insane.
so
There's some
hard-
insane reason, but
It's so hard to frame it.
I hate
wouldn't
framing.
it?
Like I've done social media videos where we're shooting vertical, and it's
Yeah.
like framing a group of people. You have to go so far back, and if you just want like 2 people, it's so hard to like get them in nicely. Even one person's okay, but you have so much headroom
Yeah.
or so much like leg room. It's like it's not good, you know. Whereas rectangle, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they didn't make TVs like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not yet.
Yeah. Oh my
Not
god.
yet is-
No.
oh my
Because like they got
God.
like the, they got
Don't
the
say
screen
that.
on the fridge. I don't know. I just saw
Oh yeah, smart fridges.
the smart fridges.
Imagine
right?
watching a movie on the smart
Smart
fridge.
fridge.
You're like eating your cereals,
Yo.
just like watching a movie.
Yeah, you run out, it's right there. More snacks. You just get more snacks.
Yeah.
You invite all your friends over, you just sit in the kitchen.
The fridge.
Yeah.
They walk in your house, you're like, yo, where's your TV, dude? Like, oh,
Oh.
come in the kitchen.
Right
And then
here.
it's just
Right
your
there.
fucking
Fridge.
fridge.
Yeah. Watch the Minecraft.
I know, yeah, the screen's like this big.
Yeah.
Say watch the Minecraft movie.
Yeah. Watch the Minecraft movie on the fridge.
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to go off topic, but have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
You gotta,
But I don't think I'll see it. I'll watch it, but
you
maybe I'll
gotta
be forced
experience
to.
it in theater.
Oh
You
god,
have to
I don't know
go
if I
to
want
it.
to. I'm scared I'll get like attacked by popcorn
Sit in the
and
back.
shit.
Sit in the back.
Okay.
That way nothing can hit you in the head when
there's,
you
Yeah.
there's
yeah.
just yelling, kids yelling, and
Oh god.
Is that what happened at yours?
chicken jockey. Yeah.
People were
Chicken
yelling.
jockey?
Chicken jockey.
My
They're
theater
filming
people-
with their phone with the flash on. When I say chicken, you say jockey. Chicken, jockey.
Oh
Chicken
my god.
Yeah.
My theater is just people clapping. Like it was very like sophisticated.
At least it brought people back to theaters, you know? Like
Yes,
that's been a big thing.
which is
Like
exciting.
they
True.
wanted to bring the youth back to the theaters.
Mhm.
It worked.
Yeah.
It might not be the most artistic movie, but hey, business wise, it's a success.
It brought
Oh my
people
God,
So
yeah.
can't
together.
hate on it, you know?
That's true.
They knew what they were doing.
They did.
That's true.
How much
Yeah.
money is it made now?
I think
don't
like
know.
500
Yeah.
million or more.
Oh
Many
my-
millions.
Yeah, 500 million, I think.
Crazy.
I know the first weekend was something like 170.
Mm-hmm.
Was it when the opening weekend box?
Yes. Yeah.
170? I think I was a contributor to that.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I think it was the first weekend.
Okay. You were like #1 fan.
I was like,
You're waiting at the door.
yeah, I
like,
was camping out at 5 a.m. just waiting for it to come out.
It's made 723.5 million worldwide.
Jesus, what's the budget?
That's-
And that was 2 days
crazy.
ago.
What's the budget?
150 million budget.
That's such a good profit margin.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
I wish Monkey Business movies did that.
They will.
They will. They
It
will.
will. It will.
You got to pitch
Just gotta
Minecraft
wait.
too.
Just gotta. Oh no.
Oh no.
Minecraft 2.
Minecraft
What's
Coming
the
soon.
plot of Minecraft 2? I don't even know what the plot in the first one is. So
Me either.
It's-
haven't you seen it?
you don't watch it for the plot. You watch it for everything else.
Okay, I see.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
Oh,
next
jokes.
question. Because you do different roles. So what's your favorite role on set, and what do you love most about each department? So gaffing, producing, directing, and being a cinematographer.
It's a good
Okay. So I got into gaffing and being electric through working on sets. Basically,
Okay.
with Algonquin College, we had an internship, And so we were kind of swinging by departments. One day, I looked at the electrics. I knew the guy because he was a grip on the other show, and I was like, "Hey, yo, can I like shadow you guys today?"
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And that started me in electric, and I was like, "You know what? This is fun. It's like you put lights and you light people up, and it's simple, but it's fun. It's also very complex with the lighting setups, and it's you really get to see the result of the work on the screen, you know."
True.
Which is something I really like about being electric. And so I became a permittee in IATSE, and
Okay.
and now I'm a member.
Nice.
And so that's been like my work on set to pay the bills, you know.
Yeah.
And then I've gaffed a couple shows and films, but not like a full union show.
Okay.
I've gaffed a lot of indie stuff though.
Yes.
So I couldn't say I'm like a gaffer on like a union show, but
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
That's awesome.
And then directing, like I've directed Waiting for Love, obviously.
Yeah.
And I've also directed this new movie that hasn't come out yet. It's called Deadbeat.
Okay.
That was shot in LA. Because
Ooh.
me and Tom went to LA.
Yeah.
And we went there for tourism because you know we want to check out LA. But while we were there, we're gonna shoot a movie because you know that's what we do naturally.
Yeah.
And so Tom also shot a movie, so we have 2 movies from LA.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you put out a little teaser video. Right?
Yeah, that's the teaser.
Yeah.
I love directing because it's kind of you're overseeing the whole thing, and it's kind of the most fulfilling role in a sense, you know, because you're writing the thing, and you're putting all of your energy in it, and you see the final result. So it's very very fulfilling in that way. And I love producing a lot too. I think it also kind of similarly to directing, you see the project from start to an end, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of this overseeing person. Like it's fulfilling to see a project go from words on the script to images in a theater, you know? There's something really cool about that. And so I love producing for that. And then it's fun to manage budget, crews, and locations. It's like a big puzzle. You have all these pieces that you have to figure out where to put what, and who's the best fit for this role on this film. So it's a lot of fun to put together that puzzle, you know?
That's awesome.
And then in terms of like cinematography, I wouldn't say I'm a DP. Like I've done a couple like here and there.
Like Velvet Dream.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like the backup DP of Monkey Business if we're doing like a quick thing that's really fast, but I'm not like aiming to become a DP. Yeah.
Okay. You want to stick with gaffing? Is that like?
Because I was curious, like, are you aiming for like directing and producing?
Yeah, I think directing and producing is really my end goal.
Okay.
And gaffing is really like the side gig
For the bills.
to pay the bills,
Yeah,
you
the
know.
moneymaker.
And get connections. Like
I was
all the
just gonna say,
connections
anything
I've
on
made
set.
is from working those last 3 years on set as an electric. So
Yeah.
it pays off that way.
Yeah, because when I was writing that question for you specifically, and even Jen, like I didn't know the answer. Like, you know, like I assumed directing and producing, but I didn't know.
And writing, like writing, directing,
yes.
like writing script is probably my favorite part of the process, I would say.
Okay.
Do you find it that you got to be very like when you write it and you direct it, you got to be very like vulnerable in terms of like your words and stuff.
Yeah.
And like trying to like convey that to the rest of the crew. And
It's
like,
a little bit daunting, like especially
right?
when I did my first movie, which was Waiting for Love, it was kind of like a bit scary to put it out there and to show it to so many people, because you know, like you're afraid that they're gonna not like it and say it's horrible, and why not. But it's been very positive. Everyone's been responding positively to the movie so far, so that's good. And so I think there's like a barrier you have to like pass, you know. Once you get over that barrier, like, oh, you know, like people are not mean like that. They're not gonna tell you that you're terrible just outright.
Yeah.
And if they do, maybe it's because you are. And so honestly, if I ever write something that's terrible, I hope people tell me.
Right. And then you learn from it, and you write better next time.
Exactly. Like I think whatever people tell you will be their honest opinion. And so you learn from whatever they say.
But it's a good word you just used is opinion. Because it's like you can write one thing.
Yeah.
and then like everyone can love it, but you can write another thing and people can dislike it because it's not their thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not the kind of movie they like.
Yeah. Like I don't think I'll ever write a movie that everyone likes.
It's
I don't think that's
impossible.
possible.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
So you have to
Unless it's the Minecraft movie.
Exactly. You need to have that mindset of this is something tailored for me and some people. Some people are gonna hate it, and this is what it is.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's your story. It's not theirs.
Exactly.
You made it.
Yeah.
Even if they don't like it, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can take things from it. Like you could fix this or try this next time. Blah blah blah. But it's at the end of the day, it's up to you.
Oh yeah.
You know
Like
what I mean?
I Waiting for Love is not perfect at all. I would change a lot of things, but I think as my first film, I learned a lot, and so now I know what to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
So yeah. What's your longest one that you've done?
Ben's.
Ben.
It's like 2 hours 15.
250.
Oh my
yeah.
I had to trim it down. Oh my
We
god.
could have kept going.
Love you,
Like,
Ben. We love you,
He
Ben.
probably could have went for 3 hours.
Oh yeah, 100%. He could have gone the whole night into the next morning,
Yeah.
which is not a
Nice.
bad thing. I mean,
Yeah.
shout out to Ben.
Yeah.
You get like years worth of content just from him.
Right? Yeah. It's like, okay, guys, the next 7 episodes are all Ben. Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You have the whole Ben story arc.
We could have done.
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
honestly could have probably done 3.
With Ben?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. We probably
We
would've.
probably could have.
But we got to give everyone else some time.
But that's what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm curious though, like more about the process with Waiting for Love
Mm-hmm.
from. Well, you don't have to do start to finish, but like from writing it and
Yeah.
any challenges, any bonding
Because you
experiences.
said the crew wasn't great. We don't have to like out anyone, but like, what were the main areas or things that like you learned didn't go right?
And you guys like stayed in a cabin for a while.
So I think my main issue with Waiting for Love that I have is that I thought it'd be cool to do these long one shots, like these long oneers,
Okay.
and then it wasn't cool.
It wasn't cool, or it just like didn't work.
It didn't
like,
work.
technically.
It didn't work in both level of technical and just that scene shouldn't have been a oneer,
Okay.
and which is something I've learned. I thought it was cool, but like when you have just 2 characters talking and the camera doesn't change for like 5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, like okay, it's not 5 minutes, but it's like 30 plus seconds. Like yeah,
You kind of.
it gets like okay, like can you like change it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So that was my biggest takeaway from Waiting for Love, because I did a lot of these long shots that whenever I tried to watch it again, I'm like, can't believe I did that.
Hey, but you learn, right?
Exactly, I learned. And apart from that, the crew was amazing. We had a like amazing time, especially in the cabin, because we were there for
Yeah,
like
what a bonding experience.
How long were you there?
Grace
4
was telling
days, I
me.
think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Grace was telling me.
Yeah,
bonding
and-
experience.
It was good because you know every evening you'd rap, we'd go back to the cottage, like what do, you know?
Yeah.
Party time.
Turn up.
Yeah,
obviously.
turn
As
up.
you do.
Yeah.
So we basically had a rap party every night. It was fun.
Yeah,
Rap party every night.
I love that.
We definitely lost a bit of sleep, but it was worth. It was worth.
As long
worth
as
the
it didn't
fun.
disrupt the production.
No, it did
I
not.
just feel like
you
it's something you're gonna look back on and be like, oh my god, I'm so glad I did that. So
Absolutely.
many memories were made.
It was a little bit like on talk show where we just like
Yes,
you know.
I love that.
I think whenever you have a whole crew in a place and they're sleeping there, it's bound to happen because. And it's fun, you know, and it
And
makes
if everyone's
you.
close,
It brings you closer, and you look back on it, and you just think, oh my god, that was so much fun. Like I want to do film with those people again. So I think it's good, as long as it does not ruin the process. Obviously.
Yeah.
if everyone's too hungover to keep shooting, it's like, what are you here for?
Yeah,
Exactly,
balance.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to balance the play.
You gotta schedule the parties, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
If you don't mind me asking, like the story itself, was it
Yeah.
inspired by?
It was
anything?
kind of just, basically, in 12th grade, we had to write a poem for English class.
Okay.
So I wrote this poem that, then in college, when we had to write like a 4-minute short.
Yeah.
I kind of took that poem and turned it into a short film that was 4 minutes.
Okay.
That's cool.
And then after graduating, I was like, you know, this short was kind of cool. And basically, it came down to let's wait a year, let's rewrite it, like give you 1 year to like rewrite it, do a second draft, and also for us to get more connections, more like skills, really give us time to grow because we were just fresh out of college at that point.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. I took the script and then I was like, you know what, this is rubbish. I rewrote the whole thing, and that's how I came up with the script that we use for the film.
Okay.
And in that year, I made an incredible amount of connections, which allowed this movie to become what it was, because everything from the people on the crew, the equipment that we had, the skills that we learned along the way. Like,
Yeah.
So the best thing for that movie is that we waited a year to do it, because if we had done it immediately, the story would have been really bad. We would have had like one light and one C-stand. It would have all been like kind of just friends on the crew.
Kind of rushed.
Yeah. So the end result is totally different because of that. So that was the best advice that Tom gave me on that movie, was just to wait a year. Yeah. Huh. And as far as inspiration, there wasn't like a specific inspiration. It was really just like that poem I wrote, and then that poem actually is recited in the film. It's like kind of modified and adjusted, but cool, there's this scene where Oliver and Kate, the two leads, are like lying on the blanket in the park at night, and so Oliver reads that poem that Kate wrote, and he like found it, and she didn't know, and he read it to her.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, that's cute, man.
So that's how I was like, it'd be kind of cool to incorporate that poem that kind of made the movie. Mm-hmm. So it played a nice part in it.
It's got like your personal touch in it.
Yeah, I love
even
that.
Even if it's changed a little bit, it still originated from you. And when you wrote that poem back at high school, you had no idea that was gonna happen.
Yeah, that's true. Like that was just an assignment for school.
Yeah.
That I was just like, I'm just gonna write blah 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 blah, make it rhyme like he wants to, whatever, Follow
then years later.
And then years later, I reused it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
I like that process.
Yeah.
It's good. You had to wait for Waiting for Love.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Was that your first, like, because you've written before, but what's your first like screenplay? Was it that?
My first screenplay out of college is that.
Out of college is that.
Before college, it would be the one I did for like the school assignment. That was like this World War II film.
Oh, so, yeah.
But like, can't really count that. That was just like, I was like, I don't know, 15.
Right. The test run.
So I would say Waiting for Love is like my first real script that's not written for an assignment or for school,
Got it.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. And directorial debut out of college.
I was gonna ask if it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
Are you writing anything right now?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have 5 different projects I'm writing.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! Wow.
Some lined up to production this summer. It's crazy.
Nice, man.
I'm so happy for you. That's awesome.
It's like whenever I have an idea, I start doing the work. I'm not in. None of them are in like script writing phase. They're in like pre-script writing phase where I'm just like developing the story, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have like maybe like 5 or 6 feature films that are in like that phase, 2 series, and yeah,
that's awesome,
dude.
But many of those are like very unfeasible for where we're at, so they're kind of just on the back burner for like when we have that money, we can make those movies.
Oh, you can pull them out. And
I'm getting ready.
Yeah. Sorry, Rachel. I don't want to like distract from your questions.
I wanted you to ask some. So yeah.
Well, I was just gonna ask. Do you have anyone that like inspires you, or like people you look up to, like famous directors?
I wanted to know that too.
Famous directors.
Well, it doesn't have to be famous, but like anyone.
Anybody,
that you take inspiration from.
There's a lot for sure. Like, I can name the big one that everyone knows, like Tarantino.
Yeah.
Nolan. On the spot, just like that, I'm trying to think. I'm not able to think of anyone like specific, but there's a lot of movies that inspire me.
Okay.
For Waiting for Love, La La Land was a big inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I
haven't seen La La Land.
I haven't either.
Oh my
god.
No way,
you haven't either.
No way. Guys, we got.
I know
movie. Watch party. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
You tie us up. Watch it.
Watch it now.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies I really like that are like more foreign, like Come and See. I don't know if you guys know that movie.
Come and See.
It's just like movies from the 1970s from Belarus.
Okay.
And it's like this World War II film, but it's like the most like horrifying, realistic take on war, and it's really cool.
Interesting.
The ending kind of just leaves you like, oh my god, and it's like for like the next 2 weeks you're just like, damn, this is awful.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, I have to watch it.
It's basically the premise is like it's a child that is about like 11 years old that goes to war during the Nazi invasion of Belarus, and he joins like these patriots and fights against the Nazis, but he like there's fucked up shit after fucked up shit after fucked up shit that happens, and it's like the kid like his mind becomes so broken because of like witnessing these horrors one after the other, and it's all based in reality because this is what happened in Belarus during the Nazi invasion. They would basically they go to villages, they put everyone in like this barn and just burn the people down. It was like,
oh my god,
seeing that and from the perspective of a child, which is the lead in that movie, it's just like it's haunting. It's
Jesus Christ.
It's probably one of the movies that like left me the most like shocked because I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have to watch that. Yeah, I didn't.
Yo, when you watch a movie, it's gotta leave you like scarred to
Yeah, like
some
The
extent.
Suckling.
I love those.
Like
Which
Suckling.
one?
The Suckling.
I haven't seen that.
He showed me it.
What is it?
It's like this low budget, like horror indie. It's insane.
Yeah, we'll have to all watch
I'll
it.
give you the premise later, but it's like
Okay.
yours is worse. Don't
Don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love movies when they leave you like you're thinking about them for the next 2 weeks. Those are like the best kind of movies, you know, because it's
The ones
just,
that
like,
change you a little bit.
Yeah, literally, like they change your perspective on something or like your philosophy on something. I love those movies.
Yeah.
That was.
I think that's what storytelling's all
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
That was me kind of with 28 Days Later.
I haven't seen that movie.
Is that the zombie one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to ask any of the questions?
I don't have it pulled up.
Okay. If there's any that you thought of as well.
Let me use my radio voice.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm just kidding. Christian.
Yo, it's me.
Let's see.
'Cause-
Oh, this is a good one. Sorry.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No.
Oh my
was-
god.
You moved the whole damn table.
Damn.
That's funny.
I was gonna like piggybacking off we just talked about all the scripts you have.
Yeah.
What keeps you disciplined creatively?
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I was curious about.
When you wake up and you're like, what's the thing that keeps driving
really
you
like-
forward?
It's like a pastime. Writing stories is a pastime for me.
Okay.
It's like I'll be listening to music and then a movie pops up in my mind and I just like I play it in my mind and then I write it down. What I'll do many times is I'll go for walks around my neighborhood listening to music and I'm just like picturing movies and like seeing the whole plot in my head. And then from time to time I'll sit on the bench and like write stuff down. It's like I can't forget this. This is good shit, you know?
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
This is kind of like my early writing process is that just like music is huge. Every like movie have like their soundtrack of like these songs that are kind of related to it and that whenever I listen to them I see the movie in my head.
Cool.
So yeah, I just like the movies just keep coming at me and it's like I gotta keep up with them.
That's
just who he
awesome.
is.
That's
It's just who he
awesome.
is.
Yeah.
And then I kind of sort them in a way where it's like the most feasible that I can do now to the most like I need 20,000 millions for that movie. You know?
Yeah.
So like
But you don't want to just discredit it. You want.
I don't want to discredit. I'm like I develop them and then it's like okay, now it's like
It's in your
for
back
later.
pocket.
Yeah, which ones can I do now?
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, and so the ones that are more feasible that I can do soon, I'm focusing more on those. Yeah.
Cool.
What kind of music inspires you and like what music do you listen to? I know the only one I know is mainly like Pink Floyd.
I love Pink Floyd. I love the Beatles. Nirvana. But when it comes to like music for writing, it's a lot of soundtrack music.
Okay.
So like music for movies. As of late, Attack on Titan music.
Okay.
Got a good
Okay.
soundtrack.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it really depends on the movie. Like for one movie, it might be like, there's a show I'm like in the process of producing right now. It's about like French Canadians in the early 19th century, and so I'm like listening to like traditional folk music for this. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, cool.
So like it's very varied to like the theme
Okay.
of what the movie or the show is about.
That's really
Trying
interesting.
to put your mind in that space.
Yeah.
Are you a big like history guy? Because
Yeah.
your first film was a war film,
Yeah.
and you're developing.
And
like, a
you're developing
19th
one,
century.
yeah.
Yeah. I love history. Actually, my sister's a historian.
Oh no way!
That's so
She works here at
cool.
OIU, so
Cool.
yeah.
Hey, shout out to her, man.
Yeah, shout out to
my
her.
sister.
How long has she been doing that?
So she's been working here since last year. She did a master's degree here, and now she's a manager at the museum, and she's gonna be a professor in January.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
cool.
And yeah, so I get my passion from history from her because, you know, like growing up, she'd be always telling us like stories about history, like whatever she was reading through books. And so I was just naturally interested in history because of that. And that's had a big influence on my work as well. So
That's really
Shout out to my
cool.
sister.
Shout out to your
Yeah.
sister.
Oh, I did not know
That,
that.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. The next question, well, I guess I guess what you just said kind of answers this question, like what inspires you on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's anything to add to that, otherwise.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, not I can think of.
He inspires himself, is what it
Exactly.
Yeah.
sounds like.
Exactly.
It's just
Well, movies, obviously.
Yes.
Like, watching a movie and then like, oh, this is a cool movie. I want to make something like that. You know?
Yes, that's awesome.
What's the most recent movie you watched?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question, yeah.
Oh my god, I
And what
tried
did
to
you think
watch
of it?
Her last night. You
Oh,
the movie
God.
Her with
Oh,
Joaquin Phoenix.
No.
But I was watching it on like a.
I've seen it and oh no.
I was watching it on a streaming site, like pirated, right?
Yeah.
And it kept freezing every 5 seconds. So like 10 minutes in, I gave up. I was like, okay, this is not gonna work out. Like, I don't want to watch a movie that like freezes every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So then I didn't end up watching it. Recently I watched Trainspotting. That was really good.
Okay.
Train
I've
Spotting.
not
Ewan
heard of that one.
McGregor,
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
and it's like these drug addicts in Scotland that just do crazy stuff. It's pretty.
Is it
good.
comedy?
There's a bit of comedy, but it's also kind of dark. It's like a bit of
Okay.
both,
Okay.
and it's really cool.
I want to watch that one. That sounds good.
Trainspotting?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Obi-Wan Kenobi on drugs, because Ewan McGregor is.
Ewan McGregor, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. There's certain actors like Ewan McGregor where I can't see them as anything else.
I know, right?
You know, there's this show, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like Steve Carell from The Office, Michael Scott. He's playing this super like not evil, but like this really negative, like strict dude. And I'm just like, it's hard. It's like, it's just
It's
Michael
so
Scott. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
with him, it's hard to like see him seriously because of his role in The Office. Like,
Yeah. And
have you
like,
seen Beautiful Boy with Timothée Chalamet?
I
And
know.
him?
no, I haven't.
He's like
but I've
his
heard
dad,
of it.
and Timothée Chalamet is like a drug addict,
Mhm.
and it's really sad because the dad's trying to like understand his son.
I've seen
and,
clips
like,
from
help
this.
him out.
Mhm.
But it's like when I started watching, I was like, this is Michael. But then it's like, oh, Michael's got a son that's a drug addict, and it's really dark. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just hard to like separate the two.
Yeah,
You know
but
what
Yeah.
I mean?
I really like about it is that he's actually really good at drama. Like,
He's crazy, right?
That's
like that
awesome.
that movie was so good with
Mhm.
him, and yeah.
I gotta check it out. Yeah, I can't remember what this series was called, but same thing. He's like this business partner with someone, and they're like low key corrupt.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
And it's like,
Keep
this is
me-
Michael Scott.
Keep me updated if you watch her.
Sounds like you have a
do
lot
like
of thoughts.
It seems like you
You had
don't
a
like
big
it.
reaction.
I was
to
messed. It's weird. Over sexualized with the AI,
I know
ahead of
that
its
he, like,
time.
he falls in love in AI. With
Yeah.
AI. That's
Oh,
all I
is that
know
what it's about?
It's just the ending. Let me know when you watch the ending. I'm like, God damn it.
Is it worth watching though?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Would you watch it again?
I don't want to, but I guess. Like I'm just like it. Okay, I will say it was ahead of its time.
Okay.
Like with the AI and everything. Like I don't know. For
When was
2000,
that shot?
I think 2013. Correct me if I'm
Oh,
wrong.
Okay.
So I really am appreciative of that. It was just during the time, I don't know when did I watch it? 2021 or something? Like kind of during COVID and people were like hyping it up.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? So and the ending, I'm like, God damn it. But yeah,
But I swear, like people are gonna fall in love with AI. Like it's
Yeah.
not crazy. Like
Dude, they already are, man.
right?
Yeah.
Dude, there's like these apps. You got AI girlfriend.
Oh
It's-
my god.
yeah.
It's so gross, bro. Respectfully.
Imagine like someone marries ChatGPT one day.
Yeah, it'll
I
happen
wouldn't even
soon.
be surprised.
2026, it's gonna happen.
2026.
You think next?
Yes.
Could you legally marry ChatGPT though?
Oh, maybe not yet.
That's a
Yeah,
good
you're right.
question.
Technically, ChatGPT is living in your house. So like if they live for
But is it?
1 year,
Does it?
they're-
What classifies it as living though?
I don't think it
You know what I
does.
mean? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. So you can legally marry, but
Mhm.
I'm sure someone
I'm
will
sure you.
marry.
Someone's gonna find some kind of
Maybe
workaround.
already has. I wouldn't be surprised.
Has to, right? Well, they have
ChatGPT's
those.
gotten so good at like sounding like a human, you know.
Right.
It's
yeah.
creepy.
So like you could be chatting with ChatGPT and like if you don't know it's ChatGPT and you're not really like trying to figure out if it's AI or not, you wouldn't figure it out. It's crazy.
It's able to like disguise itself as like a person. Is that what
It's
you're
able
saying?
to like have a bit of slang and like put emojis and like kind of what it does is that it takes your language and it reflects it, so it speaks
So
like you,
weird.
and it's weird.
It
So
is
like
weird.
you can mess with it and like speak a certain way to it for a while, and
Mhm.
it's gonna respond the same way, and then you can change completely, become super like dry and robotic, and it's gonna change and become dry and robotic.
Does it do that?
And it really like over time it just like adapts to you,
And it's only gonna get better and better at it
yeah,
as
Mhm.
time goes on.
Yeah. it's crazy.
Oh, I don't know what I think about that. Have you,
I'm
have you
scared.
guys seen Ex Machina?
No.
Oh, I've
Seen
seen
that
that.
movie?
It's a
That's
good movie.
we're going towards that.
We
Like
are.
we got those weird Tesla robots. We got
Yeah.
ChatGPT. Boom.
Yeah, the second those are combined and the robot is like covered with like a human face or something, we're done.
Ex Machina. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
Like-
scared.
Telling you.
Um,
No, you're good.
so I got 2 more questions, but I feel like we should ask him like your top 3 films in general or top 3 films right now.
Ooh, okay.
Mm.
Like it doesn't have to be of all time. It can be of like this year or whatever. And it can be including ones you've made.
Okay. Let me look at my list. I got
Okay.
a list. I
Yeah,
keep track
fair.
of all the movies I've watched.
Okay.
Because it's like, it's hard to think top of your mind. Like,
No,
It is. It's very difficult.
Some slip your mind. I remember you asked me
Yeah.
that on our first episode.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh, that's so good. These are the last 2,
Cool.
but yeah.
Ooh, I like the second last one.
Yeah.
Let's ask that.
Yeah, so just those 2 and then we're good.
Yeah, that's a tough one to answer though.
I know. Hit him with the banger.
Yeah, the big one, yeah. I started watching Substance, but I'm not done it yet, and it's so I didn't realize it would be that disgusting.
Oh no. Yeah.
Have you guys seen it?
I have not. It's on my list,
Oh,
but I'm not
it's
sure if
like-
I can handle
It's
it.
like body horror, and
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool movie. I knew it was horror.
uh-huh.
Then I'm like, what the-"
Yeah, there's like all these weird things. And
yeah.
it's kind of cool. You know what a movie I watched this year 2024, which is still this year.
Mhm.
Old Boy from South Korea.
Okay.
I think it's 2003 one.
Okay.
It's a really good movie. It's got like the most like messed up plot twist at the end. It's like, oh my god.
Interesting.
Okay, I'll
Old
check it
Boy.
out.
Old Boy.
Boy.
Old boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really good. I love foreign movies. I love
It
movies
sounds
when
like it.
you can't understand the language.
Mhm.
Huh.
It's like it's fun. I don't know why.
Interesting.
It's like it's very different.
It's different, culturally different too.
It's culturally different. It's a new language, and the images are different. The style is completely different. So that's something I really like.
Do you watch all your movies with subtitles on? Do you know what I mean? No.
Just the ones that are foreign.
Yeah.
Like if it's not either French or English, I'll put subtitles on. Like
Okay.
if it's Japanese or like Russian or some other.
Then
other
you
language.
kind of need it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. If I can understand the language, I won't put subtitles.
Mm.
Because I don't like being distracted, you know?
Yeah.
Because then you miss the frame. You're just reading.
That's
Like
true.
I can read a book, you know? You don't read a
I
movie.
guess
You're
that's
funny.
fair.
Yeah, that's true.
For
That's
me, I
true.
just don't. I always have it on. I just don't want to miss anything. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, I had a point where I had subtitles on.
Mhm.
And then whenever I would watch stuff without subtitles, I was like, I'm not able to understand what they're saying anymore.
that's
I'm
where
like, I've
at.
become reliant to the subtitles. So I stopped. I was like, I cannot allow this.
Okay.
It's not acceptable.
You gotta train your ears.
Exactly.
Fair, okay.
Yeah.
So Old Boy.
Okay. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else is on this list? Ooh, that's another good movie that I watched this year. Le Comte de Monte Cristo.
Okay.
French movie. It's the Count of Monte Cristo,
Mhm.
but it's like the French made it, and it's a French novel, so it's like they remade it. It got released 2024, I think.
Mhm.
Really good movie.
Mhm.
I haven't seen the original version, the American version, but
Mhm.
I've seen the French version. It's really good.
That's awesome.
Cool.
I've got so many movies in my list.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah. Stalker by Tarkovsky.
Okay, that's on my list.
It's really
Stalker's
good.
on my list.
You have to really like be in it to enjoy it, and really like it's not a movie like a Minecraft movie that you'll watch just for fun.
Yeah.
It's really something you have to like think about, because like if you're just trying to like be entertained, you'll be like, right, this is boring.
Okay.
But if you're trying to really like get a more philosophical experience,
Mhm.
that's a good movie.
Stalker. Interesting.
Stalker.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, a foreign movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All three of them were for, aren't they? Old Boy too.
So far, yeah, that's true.
Hey.
I watched The Life of Brian recently
Okay.
from Monty Python.
Mhm.
It's really good.
Dude, I love Monty Python. They're so funny, man.
What else?
Let's say like two more.
Two
And then
more.
we have a
Okay.
big question
I'll go
you.
for like all-time favorites then.
Okay.
Okay. That's hard. I gotta choose.
It's tricky. Right?
I've already spoken about La La Land, so people know I like La La Land.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna talk about it again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll choose one Tarantino film. I'll go with Inglourious Bastards.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
love
yeah.
that movie.
Yep.
Very good.
That's kind of the one that put him on the map, kind of, right? That was like one of his first ones.
No. Reservoir Dog put him.
Sorry, I was thinking of Reservoir
And then
Dogs. My
Pulp
bad.
Fiction like won him a Palme d'Or and all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. I was thinking Reservoir
But
Dogs.
Inglourious Bastard kind of relaunched his career because he was kind of like, I'm not entirely sure, but like I've read that he was kind of like slowing down, or like people weren't like really like, he wasn't like as trendy anymore.
Mhm.
Then he released that movie, and it was like, whoa,
People were like, "Wait,
yeah,
He can
he's
still
still
cook.
the goat.
okay, that's a war movie too, right?"
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there you go. I think Kill Bill is my favorite. Tarantino.
Kill Bill's really good.
Those
All
two
his
are
movies are really good.
so good, man.
Like,
Like, come on, unmatched.
okay, and then final movie on that list, I'm gonna say, that's tough. I'll go with Spirited Away. I'll put an anime in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Nice. Spirited Away. That's your favorite Studio Ghibli then? Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, I love them all. Like, they're all good.
they're all so good. I just literally like 2 weekends ago, I watched Howl's Moving Castle
Oh yeah,
for the
it's so
first
good.
time. Loved it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And favorite anime show, Attack on
Attack
Titan.
on.
That show is crazy.
Yeah.
Aw.
I've only seen the first season.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yo,
I gotta catch
it's
up.
like peak fiction.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's what it's like. One of the top animes in like the world, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I like had never watched anime before like this year. And
Really?
then a friend was like, "Yo, dude, you have to watch Attack on Titan." I was like, it's gonna be bad. Blah, blah, blah. And then I watched it. I was like, "Oh my god, this is good."
Yeah.
And then I watched Death Note. That was also really good.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the two anime I've watched.
Nice.
But Attack on Titan, peak.
Peak, right?
Peak.
Trying to think of
Nice.
what anime. I've seen One Punch Man.
Is that good?
It's funny.
Okay.
I like it. I enjoyed it. Yeah. It's
Cool.
like it's like an easy watch if that makes sense. You don't
Right.
really have to like invest crazy time
Yeah.
into it.
Okay.
It's just like it low-key makes fun of other animes. The whole thing is he just one punches everything and wins.
Okay.
But,
That's
like,
beautiful.
It's so good.
How many
Okay.
episodes and seasons are there?
I think it's only 2 seasons.
Okay.
I
I thought it
can't
was one
remember.
of these anime that has like 1,000
Oh
episodes.
no.
Like which
Like
one?
One
are-
Piece.
Yeah, like that's it. I could never get into that. Like it's way too long.
Dude, you're gonna be like 60 and they're still gonna be pumping out episodes.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I would watch 1,000 episodes of Attack on Titan. Maybe I would.
Ah,
But I
Okay.
think like
Okay.
it wouldn't work because like 4 seasons was perfect. If you make like 60 seasons.
where do you go with the story?
Yeah,
at that
exactly. Like I
point,
don't.
you know?
I've never seen One Piece, but like how do they keep the story going? You know.
I have
Yeah.
No idea. That's my question.
Like, are the same characters still there? Aren't the actors like dead now? Like, what's going on?
Right?
Don't they want to do
They
other stuff, man? Like,
Yo, they
what?
still haven't achieved their goal. These protagonists suck. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think of that. Like, what's the main plot over
Yeah.
30 seasons?
How do you
It's
not
still-
resolve the plot at this point?
Please,
I
God.
know, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your characters are ass.
Unless it's just like a whole universe and like stories are completely separate now. It's like,
Maybe.
you know, but if it's still the same like core story, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like people would lose interest.
Yeah, it almost has to be like new arcs and new characters and like
It has to
Otherwise
be,
it's not
right?
fresh.
Their plot just changes.
Yeah.
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 I feel like that, yeah. Correct us if we're wrong, but
Yeah, correct us, guys,
we
please.
haven't seen it. Yeah.
Second last question.
Okay.
What do you want to be known for?
That's a hard one.
Well, that's a hard
Just thrown right after the talking about anime.
Yeah, right? We went
Yeah.
from here to here.
Okay. Honestly, I would love to be known for kind of like a breath of fresh air in the history of cinema. You know,
Okay.
if we're talking big,
Hmm.
like kind of like the French New Wave is kind of like these young people that came in and like they had their style. They weren't conventional. They were like, we're not gonna do like the big studios. Like, if Monkey Business can be remembered as something similar to the French New Wave, even if it's a way smaller scale, I would die happy. Because I think that's kind of our goal, is to be kind of like the French New Wave. You know, we're young guys, bringing in our style. We're trying to be provocative, authentic, and all that.
Yeah.
And we kind of want to challenge the studio system and just be really indie, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the perfect place.
If in like 40 years people look back on our movies and like, these were like, they brought a whole new generation of movies. Because you know how like the French New Wave inspired so many like people, like Tarantino, pretty sure Martin Scorsese's as well. I might be wrong on that, but you know, if we could do something like that,
You want to have that same influence on
that
people.
you know, an impact
Yeah.
where people are like, all these new people inspired their work off of the work of these people. That'd be, it's aiming big, but it'd be nice.
No,
You know?
that's
I
awesome.
think you guys are already on your way there.
I think so. I do. That's
Like,
true.
I'll
I
be
think you
honest.
guys are.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I do like that goal a lot. What was it you said? A breath of fresh air in the something of cinema.
the- New
Yeah,
wave of
breath of
cinema.
fresh air and like the history of
The
cinema.
history of
'Cause
cinema.
I feel like a lot of obviously there's a bunch of very good movies that come out every year, but
Mhm.
especially coming from like the big studios, it's a lot of repetitive, very like structured films where it's like it's not really free creatively. They're kind
It's
of
more like a business.
it's a business,
You know, they're just making a
Hollywood's
product.
business, and they kind of left the art behind. We're trying to bring back the art, you know,
Right.
and so that would be nice to be remembered for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love
see
that.
what you mean. Yeah,
That's beautiful.
absolutely. Because like I was saying earlier, it's almost like a cookie cutter. And there's a lot of
It is,
sequels now
yeah.
too, which is I don't have a problem with sequels, but it's all sequels
Mm-hmm.
or like existing
Existing IPs and all
IPs.
that.
That's what I'm looking
Like Star
for.
Wars, MCU, and all that. Like it's
Yeah.
cool, but like we need some other stuff too. Like
I
we can
know.
only have that because it's like, bruh.
Yeah,
You know?
that's it. But like, and I guess it's just making room for those new things.
Mhm.
You know, we're like overshadowed by all these big companies.
Yeah.
It's hard to like nest your way in,
Mhm.
but if you got a group like you guys,
I feel
That's how you
like
do it.
even in general in the film world right now, this wave is kind of like rising of young people making movies, kind of going against the studio system. So like we're not the only one doing this. There's a bunch of people everywhere on Earth like
that's true.
bringing this. So I think we're gonna be part of a bigger wave, like a bigger cultural movement of sort. You know, we're not necessarily the only one bringer of that wave. We're
Yeah.
gonna be part of a general wave because most people are kind of tired with the what we see out of Hollywood right now. So a lot of people are trying to do their own thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in maybe like 10 years, once all these people have established themselves, they have bigger budgets, then we're going to see the result of all those movies. And
It's just gonna like explode.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the like ease of access for technical gear and
Mhm.
equipment. It's not as
It's not limited. You know?
it's not as limited. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we talked with Ben about this on
Yeah.
his episode too.
Yeah.
It's like anyone can just pick up a camera and use it.
Mhm.
But when the heart is there and like the passion is there, like it doesn't matter. Like you could have a
I think for
$50 camera
Yeah.
and make something incredible. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I think people that really want to see the change you're talking about are going to find a way to do it,
Yeah.
agreed.
you
Yeah.
know? And then, like you said, they keep pursuing it. The snowball keeps rolling and then,
Mhm.
you know, down with Hollywood. Yeah,
Bring Hollywood to Ottawa.
exactly.
Yeah, let's do
I'm gonna
it.
write a big sign, Ottawa.
Exactly.
Ottawa.
Yeah.
Final question is any future projects you're looking forward to
Ooh. Okay. Well.
that you are allowed to bring up or anything?
I can tease a little bit.
Yes.
Details.
Okay.
We have a lot of work coming up.
Okay.
Lots of movies.
Mhm.
One big project that's coming up is with Bell 5.
Nice.
So that's going to be our big project for the summer.
Nice.
It's a historical documentary about what I was talking earlier with the French
Yeah.
and the Irish.
Yeah.
So it's going over a period of history in Ottawa where Ottawa was known as a rough city, kind of Gang of New York style. And so we're uncovering that story from both this perspective of the French Canadians and the Irish.
Nice.
That's all I'll share for now.
That's awesome. That's
Sick.
exciting. I can't wait to hear more about it.
Yeah.
What's your
That's
role
awesome.
on that? Well, obviously you're helping produce, but
Yeah, directing and producing.
direct them.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
I know. So proud.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And the whole team with Monkey Business is producing as well, so
Congrats.
Dude.
That's huge. So proud of you.
that'll be cool. When
Yeah.
I'm excited
I'm
to start
excited.
shooting because that'll be like probably our most ambitious project to date. So it'll be really cool.
Right.
That's awesome.
Big stepping stone for us.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
But eventually this new level is just going to be your
The norm. The norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm very happy for you
That's
guys.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm with Bell 5 too. That's it. Because you guys haven't done something for them yet, right? This is the first one.
That will be our first funded project.
Damn.
Yeah, isn't it?
Externally funded.
Yeah, because everything before was self-financed, which
Yeah.
is not viable.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
So it's nice to get proper funding. And,
Good for you guys, man.
yeah. it's
That's
pretty
awesome.
Sweet. Anything else, man? Any closing
Yeah,
remarks?
any closing remarks, any advice?
Leave the world with a
any
cherry on
advice you
top.
wanna or any comments to people watching?
Cool. Make movies, people. We need more movies.
Facts.
Love it.
Facts.
Love it.
Create.
Create.
Just create.
Create movies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to make something, even if it's weird, even
Mhm.
if people tell you it's bad, because there's someone else out there that'll like it.
Yeah,
You know,
that's so true.
I
I
love
think
it.
a lot of people are scared to make movies
Mhm.
because, like you were saying earlier, it's very personal. You're putting yourself out there,
Mhm.
so it's very daunting. But I think if more people got over that fear, you'll get a lot more movies that are really out there and just like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I can't stress more that the need to go over that fear
Mhm.
to really push limits of cinema, because there's no restriction. You can kind of do whatever you want with it
That's true.
Mhm.
As long as it's legal.
as long as it's legal.
But you're saying, yeah, like step out of your comfort zone.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You have to.
If you stay in your comfort zone, you'll just get what other people have already made. And
Yeah.
it won't be
Exactly.
that crazy.
You need to contribute.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think anytime someone makes a movie, you should try to like push the limits, you know?
Yeah.
That should be of not necessarily of like film techniques and like all that, but just what yourself is capable.
Yeah.
That way every project is one step further, you know?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Those are my words of advice. My words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom.
I love that.
I love it too.
That's
and
awesome.
it needs to be said.
Wisdom
Yeah.
from Christian.
Okay.
Let's just start a new podcast, man. Wisdom with Christian.
Wisdom
man.
from
Let's
Christian.
keep 'em on. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Thanks for
Yeah, honored
Appreciate
to
it.
have you on.
It's been a
Honored
blast.
to be on.
And we'll probably have Monkey Biz back with your own episode, so you'll see him again.
Yeah, you'll see this guy again.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get the whole gang together.
Exactly. Sweet,
Yeah.
man.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
It's a
you.
pleasure. Thank you for listening and tuning in.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
Cut. Get out of it, okay?